Greetings everyone, my name is Levenus. My presentation today will be based on cybersecurity framework. Let me align the selected organization. In this case, I will use the Augusta Medical Hospital to the NIST cybersecurity framework. Aligned with the NIST cybersecurity framework, Augusta Medical Hospital will align with the National Institute of Standard and Technology NIST cybersecurity framework. This framework provides a comprehensive approach to managing and reducing cybersecurity risks by using a risk-based approach. Review the NIST cybersecurity framework and understand its key components, including identification, protection, detection, response, and recovery. Evaluate the current state of Augusta Medical Hospital cybersecurity practice and compare them to the framework recommendation. Identify gaps in the hospital cybersecurity posture and determine how to close those gaps using the NIST framework as a guide. Implement the NIST framework in a phased approach, starting with the most critical areas and working towards the less critical area. Continuously monitor and assess the effectiveness of the NIST framework in reducing cybersecurity risks for Augusta Medical Hospital. Below is a diagram for a NIST cybersecurity framework for Augusta Medical Hospital. The NIST cybersecurity framework. Under Identify, we have assets management, we have business environments, we have governance, risk assessment, risk management strategy. Under Protect, we have access control, awareness and training, data security, info protection, process and procedures, maintenance, we have protective technology. Under Detect, we have anomalies and events, security, continuous monitoring, detection processes. Under Response, we have response training, planning, communication, analysis, mitigation, improvement. Under Recovery, we have recovery planning, we have improvements and communications. At this juncture, I will identify specific regulatory requirements that the organization, Augusta Medical Hospital, must comply with. Augusta Medical Hospital must comply with the HIPAA, HIPAA, the ITEC, the FedRAMP, and the GDPR. This regulation provides guidance to organizations on how to properly handle and protect personal health information. For instance, the HIPAA, HIPAA requires healthcare organizations to secure patients' information. HITEC motivates the implementation of electronic health record (EHR) and supporting technology in the healthcare system. The FedRAMP mandates security requirements for cloud services. GDPR's purpose gives data subject greater control over the information that is collected, stored, and used by others. It is necessary to review and understand the requirements of the HIPAA, ITEC, FedRAMP, as well as the GDPR. Evaluate the current state of Augusta Medical Health compliance with the requirements, identify any gaps in compliance, and determine how to close them. Develop policies, procedures, and systems that ensures the hospital meets these requirements. Continuously monitor and assess the hospital compliance with these regulations. Permit me to identify and prioritize organizational efforts and business needs. Augusta Medical Health will prioritize these efforts to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of patient data. The organization will also prioritize the needs to secure its clinical and administrative system, including electronic medical record (EMR) and personal health record (PHR). This includes identifying any potential threats and vulnerabilities and taking proactive measures to mitigate potential risk. Additionally, Augusta Medical Hospital needs to ensure that all processes and procedures are compliant with relevant regulations. Review the hospital business objective and identify the critical system, data, and processes that support those objectives. Assess the risks to this critical system, data, and process, and prioritize the risk mitigation efforts based on their importance to the hospital businesses. Allocate resources, including personnel and budget to the highest priority risks mitigation efforts. Continuously review and adjust the prioritization of the risk mitigation effort based on the changes in the business, in the hospital business objective or in the threat environment. To that bargain, let me identify individual elements of cybersecurity risks, threats, and vulnerabilities and how to manage them. When it comes to identifying and managing cybersecurity risks, Augusta Medical Hospital needs to consider potential threats and vulnerability that could impact their system and data. These include, but not limited to, unauthorized access, malware, malicious actors, insider threat, phishing attack, and unauthorized access to potential information. To manage this risk, Augusta Medical Hospital should implement policies and procedures that address the threats and vulnerabilities such as password policy, user access control, data encryption, firewalls, anti-malware software, and employee training program. Overall, it is necessary to conduct a thorough risk assessment to identify the specific threat and vulnerability that Augusta Medical Hospital faces, evaluate the risks posed by each threat and vulnerability, and prioritize the mitigation effort based on the risk level, implement controls such as firewalls and anti-malware software and employee training program to mitigate the risks posed by the threats and vulnerabilities, and continuously monitor the effectiveness of the mitigation control and adjust them as necessary. Let me describe how the organization, Augusta Medical Hospital, incorporates privacy principles as related to data collection, disclosure, and retention. Augusta Medical Hospital must ensure that they properly collect, store, and disclose personal health information in accordance with the HIPAA and the HITECH regulations. These include implementing safeguards to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of patient data. Augusta Medical Hospital should also ensure that any data retention policy are compliant with the relevant regulation. Overall, review and understand the privacy principle that Augusta Medical Hospital must abide by, including HIPAA regulations. Evaluate the current state of the hospital's privacy practices and identify any gap. Implement controls such as access control to patients' data and ensuring that data is only collected, disclosed, and retained for authorized purposes, and data encryption to ensure that patients' data is protected. Develop and implement a privacy impact assessment (PIA) process to ensure that privacy is considered in all new systems, processes, and technologies. In addition, continuously monitor the hospital privacy practices and make changes as necessary to ensure compliance with privacy principles. At this juncture, let me describe the impact of legal/regulatory standard on a given system. The legal and regulatory standard that Augusta Medical Hospital must comply with have a significant impact on their system and data. These standards require Augusta Medical Hospital to properly secure their system and maintain safeguards to protect patients' data. Failure to comply with these regulations could result in significant penalties and sanctions. Overall, review and understand the legal and regulatory standard that Augusta Medical Hospital must comply with, including the HIPAA, HITECH, FedRAMP, etc. Evaluate the impact of this standard and the hospital system, processes, and technology. Implement controls such as data encryption and access control to ensure that the system, processes, and technology comply with the legal and regulatory standard. Continuously monitor the compliance of the system, processes, and technology with the legal and regulatory standard that make changes as necessary. Develop processes for conducting regular audits to ensure continuous compliance. This brings me to the end of this presentation. Thank you for listening. God bless you and see you another time.